There is a late date theory which puts the Exodus around 1290 BC, which would have Ramesses II as the Pharaoh of the Exodus. The problem with that is Ramesses II's father, Seti I, did not reign anywhere near 50 years. So right off the bat, there's a problem correlating that with the biblical story. But just to let you know, there's an early date view of the Exodus and a late date view of the Exodus. I personally adhere to the early date. Amenhotep II being the Pharaoh of the Exodus. Isn't that interesting? Wake up. Oh.
Are these words in the Bible?
No. No, this is taking biblical history and Egyptian history and trying to bring some parallel. The best we can. We certainly cannot be absolute about it. Now, we're done with 1 Kings. Turn back to Exodus chapter 2 and look at verse 24. Now, remember, the Hebrews had been now in slavery for some years. After this new Pharaoh had come to power and had started to make it very, very difficult and hard on the Israelite people, they had been under bondage for a long, long time. And they probably thought, well, God's forgotten us, or maybe there's no God at all. But all of a sudden, at a certain point in history, things began to happen. And of course, with the birth of this child named Moses, God's man of the hour was now at center stage to do something about it. But look at chapter 2, verse 24. Beautiful words. God heard their groaning. And he what? Remembered his covenant with who? Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. Doesn't say anything about Ishmael. Doesn't say anything about Esau. Obviously, this is covenant language. God remembered the covenant he made with Abraham, with Isaac, with Jacob, with Judah. And so now God is going to continue. He hasn't forgotten his covenant. He hasn't forgotten his people. He's going to continue this covenant that he made. So in chapter 3, we have the beautiful story where Moses is out tending his sheep one day and he sees this strange sight, a bush that's burning but yet not consumed. So Moses goes over to see what's going on and he hears this voice. What does the voice say? Take off your shoes because you're on holy ground. Of course, what made the ground holy was he obviously was in the presence of the Lord. And so Moses dialogues a little bit with him here and says, now, who are you and who am I to tell the people that has sent me? And we come in chapter 3, verse 14 to an extremely important verse. This is one you need to know. Chapter 3, verse 14 of Exodus. God said to Moses, I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you. Now this is where for the first time now the name of God is revealed. In Genesis, in the beginning God created the heavens. That's simply the word for God, Elohim. But who is this God? What is his name? Finally, God reveals his name to Moses. And it's 4 letters. And if you were to write it in Hebrew, it's Y-H-W-H. There are no vowels in Hebrew. But it will be pronounced Y-A-H-W-E-H. Not Jehovah. We're going to talk about that in a few weeks, how we got the word Jehovah. The proper pronunciation is Yahweh. The word hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallel is the Greek, as the Hebrew word praise. U is second person imperative. You praise Yahweh. Yah is short for Yahweh. So you see, the next time you say hallelujah, you're going to know what you're saying. Yahweh means one of 2 things. It can be either in the present tense or the perfect tense. If it's in the present tense, it means I am. If it's in the perfect tense, it means the one who will be. You say, well, then what is right? Well, I think both are. God is the one who is, not who was. There's no past tense to God. There's no future tense to God. God sees everything as if it is in the eternal now. Now we're getting philosophical. He sees the past and the future as if it were the present. Past, present, future is on the linear time scale. That's the way we think. That's not the way God thinks. He thinks in the eternal now. So God is, he doesn't exist. He's beyond existence. He created existence. He's not dependent or contingent upon anything for his own existence. He is. And because he is, and this was the message to Moses, because I am, I will always be with you. Whew! Now there's where it gets good. I will always be with you.